Welcome to our show, Trump Briefing. Today, we're diving into some hot topics making headlines. First up, the House has passed a GOP bill that requires proof of U.S. citizenship for voting, a top priority for President Trump. While Republicans argue this is about ensuring fair elections, critics say it could disenfranchise millions of eligible voters. The bill is expected to face a tough battle in the Senate, where Democrats hold the power to block it. Next, we turn our attention to Zimbabwe, where the government has begun making compensation payments to white farmers who lost their land over 2 decades ago during a controversial land reform program. This first payment of $3.1 million is just a small fraction of the total claims, but it marks a significant step towards improving relations with Western nations. The compensation is aimed at infrastructure rather than land itself, and it's part of a broader effort to mend ties after years of sanctions. Lastly, House Republicans have narrowly approved a budget framework that aligns with Trump's vision for significant tax cuts. However, this comes amidst rising tensions in the stock markets due to an ongoing trade war with China, leading to significant declines in major indices. As the GOP navigates these complex economic issues, it's clear that the political landscape remains as dynamic as ever. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. The Toronto Star reports that House Republicans have successfully passed a bill requiring proof of U.S. citizenship for voter registration, a key priority for President Donald Trump. This legislation, known as the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, aims to ensure that only citizens participate in elections, according to Republican leaders. However, Democrats have voiced strong opposition, arguing that the bill could disenfranchise millions of Americans who lack easy access to the necessary documentation. They cite statistics indicating that around 21.3 million eligible voters may not have the required proof of citizenship, with past experiences in states like Kansas highlighting the potential for widespread voter registration issues. In another significant development, Zimbabwe has begun making compensation payments to white farmers who lost land during the controversial land reform program initiated by former President Robert Mugabe over 2 decades ago. Finance Minister Mthulin Cube announced that the government has approved $3.1 million in initial payments, representing a small fraction of the total compensation claims. The program, which aimed to rectify colonial-era land imbalances, resulted in the eviction of thousands of white farmers and the resettlement of black families. The current government hopes that these compensation payments will help mend relations with Western nations, which have imposed sanctions on Zimbabwe due to human rights abuses related to the land seizures. The Toronto Star also highlights the recent political maneuvering in the House, where Republicans narrowly approved a budget framework after Speaker Mike Johnson negotiated with party holdouts. This budget plan, which seeks significant federal spending cuts alongside tax breaks, is part of Trump's broader agenda. Meanwhile, the stock market has reacted to Trump's fluctuating tariff policies, with the S&P 500 experiencing both substantial gains and subsequent losses as investors grapple with the implications of trade tensions, particularly between the U.S. and China. As the political landscape continues to shift, the repercussions of these legislative actions and economic policies will likely unfold in the coming months. The Toronto Star reports on the ongoing efforts of a coalition of defense ministers from around 30 countries, led by the UK, to prepare for a potential peace agreement in Ukraine amidst uncertainties regarding U.S. support. UK Defense Secretary John Healey emphasized the importance of this coalition, stating that they must be ready to deploy troops to ensure a just peace backed by strength. Meanwhile, Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov indicated Ukraine's readiness for peace, although military analysts warn of a looming Russian offensive aimed at pressuring Kyiv. The coalition's success is heavily reliant on U.S. air power and military assistance, yet the absence of American participation raises concerns about the effectiveness of their plans, particularly as European nations grapple with their own military capabilities. In another report, the Toronto Star highlights the escalating trade tensions between the U.S. and China, with President Trump's tariffs on Chinese imports soaring to at least 145%. This includes a mix of reciprocal duties and retaliatory levies imposed by China, as well as a recent 20% tariff related to fentanyl trafficking. The trade war has created confusion and volatility in global financial markets, leading to significant stock market declines as investors react to the uncertainty. As the situation evolves, Trump's mixed signals regarding tariff increases and delays have left traders on edge, further complicating the economic landscape. The Toronto Star also covers the immediate impact of the trade war on North American stock markets, which experienced a significant downturn as the trade conflict with China intensified. Early trading saw sharp declines across major indices, with the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average falling notably. This market plunge followed a brief respite after Trump's announcement of a 90-day pause on global tariffs, which had briefly boosted stock prices. Despite some positive movements in Asian markets, the overall sentiment remains cautious as the trade war continues to create ripples across the global economy, influencing currency values and investor confidence. Yahoo US reports that Kathleen Sgamma, President Donald Trump's nominee to oversee the Bureau of Land Management, has withdrawn her nomination after her past criticism of Trump resurfaced. During a confirmation hearing, Sgamma faced scrutiny for her 2021 comments condemning the violence of the January 6 Capitol attack and Trump's role in inciting it. David Bernhard, a former Interior Secretary under Trump, remarked that her withdrawal was self-inflicted, highlighting the Trump administration's loyalty test for political appointments. Sgamma, a representative from the oil and gas industry, was expected to support Trump's agenda to roll back energy development restrictions, but her departure signifies the ongoing challenges within the administration regarding dissenting views. In another report, the Trump administration has cut nearly $4 million in federal funding from Princeton University's Climate Research Department, claiming it promotes exaggerated and implausible climate threats that contribute to climate anxiety among youth. The decision, announced by the Commerce Department, affects several educational initiatives and studies focused on climate change impacts, including sea level rise and water availability. Critics, including NOAA's administrator during the Biden administration, have condemned the cuts as detrimental to critical climate research, suggesting they reflect Trump's broader campaign against climate science. The funding cuts align with Trump's executive orders targeting climate research and demonstrate his administration's commitment to reshaping federal priorities away from environmental concerns. Finally, the Texas GOP Senate primary is heating up as Senator John Cornyn and Attorney General Ken Paxton exchange personal attacks, signaling a contentious race ahead. Cornyn labeled Paxton a con man and a fraud, while Paxton positions himself as an outsider willing to challenge career politicians. The stakes are high, with expectations of significant financial investment in the race, as Republicans aim to defend key Senate seats while targeting vulnerable Democrats in swing states. Paxton's controversial history, including an impeachment trial and ongoing legal issues, complicates his campaign, yet he retains a loyal base within the party. With Trump's potential endorsement looming, the primary is set to draw national attention and funding, underscoring the fierce competition within the Texas GOP. Yahoo US, at the 2025 Border Security Expo in Phoenix, acting ICE Director Todd Lyons articulated a chilling vision for immigration enforcement, likening the deportation process to Amazon's efficient delivery system, stating he wants squads of trucks rounding up immigrants, akin to how packages are delivered across cities. This sentiment echoed throughout the expo, where former Trump administration officials, including Tom Homan and Kristi Noem, advocated for the aggressive use of the Alien Enemies Act to expedite deportations, a law last utilized during World War II. Homan emphasized the need for private sector involvement, urging attendees to provide more resources for the mass deportation agenda, while Noem celebrated recent low migrant arrest numbers and vowed to enhance operational control at the border. The expo attracted various military and tech companies, many with controversial ties, all eager to secure federal contracts amid a backdrop of heightened scrutiny over the administration's practices that often bypass due process. As discussions unfolded, the officials expressed their intent to integrate artificial intelligence into immigration processes, with Lyons highlighting the potential to expedite deportation significantly, while Noem praised innovative technologies, including biometrics, to bolster border security efforts. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Empty smiles. Voices lost in power's arc. Leaders laugh while we cry. Change the rules.